all things diamond painting. Square around, I'm glad you are around. Grab your plate, grab your wax, get ready to sit back and relax. Don't see you're single, whatever your niche. Here is your host, a guy named Rich.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Happy June 1st Sunday. It's a beautiful day here in Chicagoland. It is 75 degrees outside and sunny. And thank you, Berta. I just got home. I went out to visit a friend's mom who looks amazing. She's in a new assisted living place, and she looks amazing. She's in good spirits. I'm so happy for her. She is. It was incredible. It was a great visit, and her daughter did a really good job picking and choosing. And I know that's difficult because you typically, when you got to find places like that, you got to do it quick. And she did a fantastic job. So I've had a good day, and I think I saw, was it Sarah said nice shirt? I had to pull out the collared shirt because I had to go visit out there. So I put on hard pants and a collared shirt, and I actually just got in. Literally ran in the door, took Sammy outside, and grabbed a soda and some wild protein chips. And I've been stuffing my face as I've been getting the system up and running, which, by the way, these are really good. These are made from chicken breast, egg whites, and chicken bone broth. And the chicken waffles, I just opened this one. This is amazing. The salt one is great. It's like a regular chip. And then the buffalo one is actually pretty good too. So highly recommend. So if anyone's looking for a snack recommendation, definitely would say these 10 grams of protein per serving. And of course, that means Sammy is hovering because he's looking for me to drop something. So let's go ahead and see who is here. We have Lee here putting out the snacks and the soft drinks. And thank you so much because, like I said, I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. Michelle Lang, hello. Welcome on in. Happy Sunday to you as well. Michelle's wishing Lenore and Lee well, of course. Hope everything is well in Florida. Let's see. Michelle, I don't know what that emoji is. That's okay. Hi, Carol. Hi, welcome on in. Let's see. Crafty Curie, hello. You did send me an email, Crafty Curie. Thank you to all of you who were able to attend the auction yesterday. Thank you so much. I have not gotten to any of the emails or anything yet. So I'll either start that tonight or I'll do it after work tomorrow and maybe Tuesday. So watch your emails if you had sent me what you won, and I'll double check our records, of course. And then your address, I will figure out what the shipping would be, and I'll send you an invoice. And of course, if you see any problems with the invoice or whatever, just let me know. But I will get those out this week, and then hopefully get everything shipped towards the end of the week or over the weekend. But thank you for coming. I think we had a good time. We didn't have as many hot pictures or canvases as we did last time. But I think all in all, it was a good time, and people left with some good things. We finally got to the accessories. We got to the pens. The pens that was interesting. We learned some things not to do next time. And thank you for those of you who joined us and went over to Rebecca's Crafting and Crime Daily channel. She really appreciated the support, even if there wasn't any you didn't score a canvas or something like that. She really appreciated the support, and I appreciate you guys going on over there to just say hi. So hello, Melanie Bear. Hello, Crafting with Mary. Hello, Crafting with Mary is good with that last minute swoop in with the winning bid for sure. Sarah Barden. Hello. Hi, Debbie. Let's see. Brandy, hello, welcome on in. Francis, I just spent 12 hours at Chicago O'Hare Airport, even bought some Garrett popcorn and brought them to Alaska. Yes. Well, boo to 12 hours at Chicago O'Hare. But yay for the Garrett's popcorn. That stuff is just addicting. It is addicting. I haven't been to O'Hare in quite some time, like inside O'Hare. Last time I was there was the one of the new terminals, and not everything was like even open yet. And so I don't know what other food choices there were, but Garrett is a solid choice for sure. Let's see. Berta. So dog treats. Yeah. Sammy may have gotten. Hi, Jessica, pilot friend Jessica. She is over in Seattle or maybe somewhere on that side of the country or somewhere today. I appreciate you dropping in. Jessica messaged me yesterday and she was watching the auction. Jessica is relatively new to diamond painting, but she's an amazing quilter. And she had stopped by to drop off a canvas and we were talking and she told me she was, heading out and whatnot. So she tuned in for some of the auction last night, but she had to drop. And she goes, what is with the beavers? So another person that we have to introduce to the beaver beaver speak here in diamond painting world. Speaking of which, here is Douglas Fur. He says, hello, everyone. He wishes you a happy Sunday. And yeah, and let's see. Osbear is here. Good afternoon. Tiffany, hello. Meowie Diamonds and Cat. Tiffany, she's up in Canada. Checked on her the other day because of all the fires that are up there. I think they're relatively near her. We're supposed to have like overcast clouds and stuff like that because of the smoke from the Canadian wildfires, but it has been sunny all day, so I'm going to say that is good. Let's see. Osber says the auction was amazing. Rich, your snack sounds like a dog treat. Then woof to the woof, because chips that are somewhat good for you, sunflower oil, they could have used maybe a better oil, but for the most part, I've tried, what was the other brand I tried? And it was like you could taste that they were protein because they were made with like a protein mix, whereas these are just, it's chicken. And I've seen the chips that are chicken skin, fried chicken skin. That freaks me out a little bit. Like, I just imagine getting a mouthful of feathers at some point, where these are pretty good. So I'm going to see where I can find them a little bit more economically than I did at the local grocery store. Sparkle Dust and Diamonds. Hi, Kat. Welcome on in. Miss Maya, hello. Fort Worth today. Okay, Jessica, you're down there with some of our friends in the Texas area. I heard it's really hot down there. I hope all is well. Sparkle Dust and Diamonds, listen and lurk. Is not feeling so well. Well, Kat, I hope you're home. I'm assuming you're home. I'm glad you're home. And I'm sorry you're not feeling wonderful, but I hope you're feeling a little better. That is for sure. Let's see. Crafts with Crashly. Hello, Crashly. So I was out, like I said, I was visiting a friend's mom, and she says, what is this stuff you're doing with diamond painting now? So I was telling her a little bit about the channel and stuff like that. And she was loving it. And I said, here, I can show you my theme song. So I showed her my theme song. And she goes, who is Crashly? I'm like, why? So the next video that came up on my phone was like something from Crashly. And so then I had to explain Crashly. And then I had to explain release papers. It led to a big old conversation. So hope your ears weren't ringing too much there, Crash, but I was saying good things about you, of course. Sarah says, I'm letting you know I'm drawing up a beaver design for release paper. Amazing. Fantastic. Love it. Hi, Kayleen. Nice to see you again. Crashly says, "Oh my God, sorry, I just saw it," and she's obsessed. Now I want to see it. Let's see. Crashly says the bubbles are moving. Yeah, that's like whatever the background is. I had to do some quick changes. So if I switch over, I can get rid of those if it's weirding you out too much. Jessica says, I love those. The ones you had. The other ones are flocked. Those are pretty yummy too. Okay, I'll have to check those out. Hi, Nicole. Hope all is well. Hope you have some good tapioca pudding tonight, Grandma. Jen M, aka Cat J Bell. Hello, welcome on in. Glad you're here, even if it's just listening. That is totally good. How does one explain Crashly? What would that sound like? I plead the fifth. Bert is asking. Rich made me cry for hours yesterday. Good. I'm glad. Berta wants to know how I explain Crashly. Michelle says, what did Crashly do? She was very naughty yesterday, so I had a reprimand. No, I'm kidding. Hi, Rhonda. Welcome on in. Let's see. Happened to auction one of my unicorn. Okay, so you did tell people. I wasn't going to tell people unless you said anything. But so Crashly was on the auction for a little bit yesterday, and we had a unicorn of hers. And she's wanted it since she first started diamond painting. She hasn't had a chance to get it. So I guess she told Berta, then Berta told Tammy. Tammy then tells me, she goes, check your phone. So I checked my phone as soon as I got a chance. And it says, this is Crashly's unicorn. Do you want to, make it available to her? And I said, absolutely, we'll give it to her. So then we got to that, and Crashly's in the chat. She's like, next painting. And I said, oh, we're going to skip that. And then she freaked out a little bit. And then I forget if it was Berta or Tammy that told her. So glad you got that, Crashly, and I will put that in the pile of stuff to take to the retreat. So Eve, hello, welcome. Happy Pride. I saw your pictures from your parade. Looked like a nice sunny day. You're looking fit and trim, and I think you could maybe use some extensions like from the drag queens that you're next to, but that's just what they were there. Debbie says, you wish there were DP kits for seniors with the size of Cheez-Its. Mom would love to try it, I'm sure. Yeah, we talked about that. Debbie, we talked about that, and because I had offered, I'm like, well, I can bring diamond paintings out and hold a class and stuff like that. And because I was used to, my dad was in a nursing home that was very diverse in ages. So there was a lot of younger people there, and not fully realizing that this is for the older folks. And yeah, it takes a lot to see the drills and hold the pens and stuff like that. But I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, and we're going to see maybe what we can do, because she said that they're very open to ideas, and she's excited to try things. That she loves crafting, and so she got a kick out of the channel. I even showed her the members only video, Will You Suck My Lollipop? And I showed Debbie, I showed your mom that video. How does that make you feel? But she laughed. She thought it was incredible, and she's like, oh my gosh, the production that went into that was pretty incredible. Hi, Jaylee Lee, welcome on in. Gail, hello. Let's see, Meowie Kids. Okay, I say this with all the love, but Crashly is a little excited little toddler who everyone can't help but love. She is loud and feels hard. She is loyal as hell and such an amazing person. I mean, it's a little long for the t-shirt, but I'll take it for sure. Christopher Kalasa, hello, welcome on in. Christopher, self-described as the Miranda Priestley of diamond painting. So take that as you will. He said that last night. I just told everybody, gird your loins. I love that movie. Let's see. Berta, apparently I will be doing the Flintstones to the retreat. Apparently I will be doing the Flintstones. The Flintstones, like the painting? No. You mean like because you're walking? Well, I did threaten you that you would walk to the next retreat, but I take it back because someone needs to moon the people on the expressway, and that would be Berta. Crashly says, well, I saw the list and I saw Nefertiti and squealed. I then told Kerwin I don't care if we have to pull out a loan. I was doing other stuff, so I told Tammy not to let me miss it or I'd die. Yeah, so that was, and that Crashly is the new release of Nefertiti. So I think it will have the newer drills and the newer grid, I think. But I got it and I was excited because when I looked at that, I'm like, holy crap, give me everything in Tima's inventory because I want to throw it at this canvas because it's ripe for the picking for enhancements. But it's a round. And the more I thought about it, I'm like, but I like it. So I'm going to do a round. But then I thought about it because I was organizing my stash of special drills. And I'm like, I have no round bling. And to buy round bling just for one painting, I thought that's not going to be worth it. So that was a last minute ad. And so I'm glad that that you're able to do that. If any of you have unicorn canvases that you're looking for, stuff like that, in Speaking of Diamonds, the Facebook group, every couple of weeks I put out there, hey, what's your unicorn? What are you looking for? My thought process is that the more eyes, the more potential to finding something, right? So feel free to go there. Even if that post isn't up, put up there, hey, this is the unicorn. This is what I'm looking for. Because like I said, more people looking for it, the more opportunity there is to find it. Definitely do that. Let's see. Crash is going to cry again. Crashly, come on. Crashly, I can't wait to meet Crashly. I think I'm going to have to stand back for a moment, though, and like observe for just like a couple minutes before I approach, let her sniff my hand and make sure that it's going to be okay. Nicole says, Tiffany, that is pretty accurate to a T of Crashly. It is. It is. And now Crashly wants a t-shirt with that. Careful what you ask for. Just put excited toddler on the t-shirt. Yeah, okay. Bruce says, so I was saying you were walking. Yeah, I take it back. I'm sure that would go over just well. But the t-shirt, I think it would be good. Mooning on it. Yeah, I know you're on it. Too bad. Let's see. Too bad Crashly is going to be there early, so we won't run into them on the expressway. But we may run into Tammy and her mom and stuff. That could be fun. Crashly says, I'm terrified to enhance him, but at the same time, I really want to. I tend to overdo it with bling because that's just how I am. To be honest, Crashly, I think looking, in my opinion, that canvas deserves to be blinged to the max. Just so I don't know that I would feel bad about that, but at least definitely some gold and jewel tones for the jewels and stuff. That's amazing. You have one other unicorn and it's another Mandy. What is it? Oh wait, Tiffany says unicorn is something sweet by Mandy Manzano. You think Melanie has it? She might. I actually saw that one for sale, maybe on Macari. I think it was like $200 though. I am looking for. So mine is Art and Soul had a painting for a hot moment. It was Merkitten Martini from Miss Fluff, and like I had like. I don't know, maybe in a past life or something, I was like in the 50s or with the, what do they call the mid-century modern sort of design movement. I really like the look of that stuff, and that just sort of reminds me of it. It's got the martini, the kitten. I'm not a cat person, but I'm like, okay, it's a kitten, it's martini, whatever. But the martini is there. I just think that would look so cool. When I was originally coming up with a channel name, I was thinking of like Diamonds and Drams, which is like a drinks, something with martinis. I was trying to do like a mid-century modern type look and stuff like that, and I just couldn't find what I was looking for, so I abandoned that idea. But I do like that. Crashly says, I'm harmless. I typically get mad once per retreat. Then I take Bert outside, talk some smack, and I'm over it. Berta says you also go outside to break wind. Which, thank you. But she says that you do set off the Richter scale a little bit. So that's all I'm saying. Nancy, hello. Welcome on in. That sounds like a good event. Okay. Courtney Kaufman, hello. I was just looking for it, Carol. It's the giant one with the minion. I don't know what that. I think I missed something there. Hey guys, we have a town near me called Eaton. Is that Eaton? Could you imagine if their mascot was a bee? Sarah, you're a mom. Don't talk like that. Let's see, Crash. I can't release that release paper because of the minion. Unfortunately, but everyone is selling it for way over my DP budget. I have to figure out what that is. Let's see. Mermaid Kitty in the martini glass. Yes, Tiffany, and you probably have it because you have everything cat. But I think it was out there for a hot minute before Art and Soul went away. So I am hoping to see Miss Fluff sign with another company to do diamond paintings. I've seen the print out there and stuff like that. I may have to get it, but I'd really like to do that despite the 310 background. Whiskey Witch, hello, welcome on in. Let's see, I would enhance an effort team maybe if I could sit down with someone and map it all out. Well, bringing it to the retreat to hand off to you, and I think Cheryl is there, so maybe she can give you some ideas. And I don't know, is there an enhancement pack out there for that one? I don't remember, but and you have a whole room full of people that will be able to give you some pointers if you'd like. I always fire outside unless I need to get back at someone, or if I eat pork because I can't stand the stink myself. Mental note, calling GLE report to retreat place and telling them no pork. Absolutely no pork. You do know how women become moms, right? Yes, I do know that. Let's see. Tiffany says it's the one thing I wasn't able to snag. Damn it. Let's see. Carol, Minion Love, Berta, thanks, Rich. I may have to get myself out of trouble now. Yep. Is that what Carol? It's called Carol, the huge wide one. So beautiful. So you guys are talking about like a minion painting or something? That sounds fun. Speaking of paintings, the big news was the anniversary, 7-year anniversary for DAC. And for those of you who like DAC, did you get anything? Did you want to get anything, and did you end up getting it? There were of the 50, there was only less than a handful that I really liked. There were two that one that I liked, but it was a round. And again, if I like the image, I'll get a round, but I'm looking at the image. I'm like, there's no way that is going to look the way it should in a round. I disagreed with the rendering. So, but I got the Spooky Cemetery one. I got the Becca Tyndall, the fall one. And I got the bears on the tree. And I got, I think, 2 from my wish list since the sale was site-wide. So I spent more than I needed to, and I need to find room to store those now because my room is getting a little crowded. So what were you guys looking for? Nothing in the 7-year anniversary appealed to me. Osbear, that's not the first time I've heard that. I don't know why, and if anybody has any ideas, please put it in the chat. But why didn't anything it just seemed flat to me. There wasn't anything sort of new. It wasn't anything seemed to be earth shattering. I was hoping for it's our 7th anniversary and we recently signed Disney. So here is Star Wars. And so I was holding out to the last day and I was just like, wah, wah. But yeah, it was sort of flat for me. But I did get the couple. And then, of course, the ones on my wish list, I'm glad that I was able to get those at the nice discount. Let's see. Jen says, I wanted to, but my bank account said, I don't think so. Well, did you know, Jen, that your bank account really can't speak? And mine said, whoa, where's your check credit at? Because we need to dip into that. And it went and got that. Mary says, I got too many. Agree. Samantha Pastor, I got 3, 2 for myself and 1 for my daughter. Excellent. Crashly got her birds. Oscar says Star Wars have been an immediate buy. I would have tackled you in the aisle to get to the Star Wars first. I will say, who is it? Is it Paint with Diamonds? They have like Star Wars fan art. Like they're not, you don't see characters. You see like there's one that is supposed to be Alderaan. There's one that, what was the water planet? I forget the name of the water planet. But then there's another one that was on Hoth, and it has the walkers. And of course, they're not named anything with Star Wars. They just hint to like Alderaan and stuff like that. And so I have those in my stash, but I really was hoping for something more official. And they are done by, there's an in-house artist, it seems, over there. So they did someone did do that artwork. Another thing I bought yesterday was for those of you who may have been collecting the Winnie the Pooh paintings from Reagan Kubitschek. They were on Art and Soul previously, and they had the Eeyore. They came out with Pooh and Piglet. Enabler's Outpost now has Tigger. So of course I had to get that because when I grew up, obviously growing up with Winnie the Pooh, I just brings back things. And I like how they all have little messages up in the sky and stuff like that. And I just sort of like that. I'm really waiting for that parade to come back into stock because that is like classic Pooh. And I really need to get that one. Christopher says, I wish list a few. Got the Becco Tyndall. Usually in their big drop, there's maybe 1 or 2, but this time it was probably like 6 or 7. Okay, well, good. Sarah says Star Wars would be awesome. I know. Let's all email Dak after the live and be like, where the heck is the Star Wars stuff? I mean, they came out with the minis, and I like them, but I don't have any place to put those things, and I don't want to do a mini and then put it away. Not that I have a place to put a diamond painting, but at least I hang it up for a while on my rack or on the wall of the office here. I'll hang up diamond paintings. Oh, I forgot that Jessica's here. Jessica is a Coruscant, Jessica. She is a Star Wars savant. I think she's been to Disney Star Wars Land more than any of us have probably, I don't know, eaten pork. I don't know. But Coruscant, yes, the capital. That's the one. Let's see. Sarah says, I've never personally purchased from Dak. I've gotten them from Amazon. My husband purchased Dak for me 2 Christmas ago. Yeah, Dak is not for everybody, and I get it. I absolutely get it. Whether it's price, whether it's Dak. They do have, I'm glad to see that they're adding some to Amazon, some more to Amazon. That's usually the place that I send people to go first, like if they're starting diamond painting, to experience the Dak. I mean, love them or leave them. They have good quality stuff for the most part. So, but they are a little bit more pricey. But I was wondering if, because the reason I didn't like Sammy's still hanging around looking for a chicken chip. The whole reason maybe I didn't like a lot of the anniversary releases is I've really gotten into small shops, and the small shops just have that art that's just a little italics, bold, underlined. It's like just a little bit different than the normal font, and I just really like that. Jessica says, probably I've had an annual pass and was sitting reserved key working while at Disneyland. Oh, how convenient. Jessica's a pilot. Jessica, I need to get you a picture of Berta. She flies Alaskan Airlines, but she not only just up and down Alaska, but she like went to the Texas retreat. I'm assuming you maybe flew Alaska Airlines. She has a little service dog named Katya, who's the cutest little long-haired Chihuahua, and she travels with her, and it's beautiful. But yeah, so yeah, I'm glad to see that it wasn't just me that thought the new releases were sort of meh, and at least it's definitely the people that I talked to were always Alaska. Berta says, because she has a gazillion and 4 points. You probably could walk on the plane, look at Jessica and say, I own you, and be correct. When is she coming to the ORD? I got the Seattle to ORD in a couple weeks. That would be at the end of June, right? End of June. I want to fly with Jessica because I want to be like, I know the pilot. We went to high school together. And then I want to like kick anybody in the teeth who was like, ooh, it's a female pilot, because unfortunately that still happens. I think it's like, what are you coming out the 24th, I think, Berta? So check that out. My 401k thanks you, Berta. Yes. Yes. Oh, Melanie, you just can't be left out. Melanie's in Seattle. But you fly Delta, don't you? You don't fly. Although I did tell Jessica, I said I have a friend out in Seattle, because Jessica is going to Seattle to start her work trips this week. Kara says, I won 3 paintings yesterday in the auction. I sent you an email. I have not received an invoice. Kara, as I said earlier, I've been out all day, and I have not had a chance to get to the invoices. Probably I will try tonight, but probably won't until after work. Tomorrow would be the first time I would be tackling them. So watch your emails for the next couple days. I will post when I have everything done and out. As far as I know, I will put a message in on the Facebook page for Speaking of Diamonds. And then obviously if you didn't get something, check your spam and then check with me. Let's see, we can play somewhere other than on a plane. We can play somewhere other than on a plane. I don't know what that means. What are you playing? Yes, Mel and I are traveling Seattle to ORD on 6/24/408. Cool. Kara, no problem. You're welcome. You did get some nice paintings too. Melanie says, Burr's got me flying Alaska now too. Damn Katya tax. Yeah, like, because everybody, they know Katya, that she's registered with them, whatever needs to be done. Plus it's Berta. So yeah, I could see that. Last time they flew, was it? I thought, Melanie, you took Delta, but they were like, oh, are we going to fly together? And I think they were on the same flight, or they were going to take the same flight, but one of them was in first class and the other one wasn't. I thought that was rude. I think that was Berta, because she's a little bit like that, you know. Jessica, we can hang in Seattle area and talk about Rich in high school. No, you can't. No, that will not happen. No. No, that will not happen. Thank you for inviting me out to Seattle, though, Melanie. I've always wanted to visit there. I want to live in the house that was in Sleepless in Seattle, but I fully identify that I will never have the paycheck to live there. So thanks for inviting my high school friend Jessica before me. Thank you. I keep inviting you, Biscuit. That's your favorite word, isn't it, Biscuit? Do you? I don't recall that. I don't think I've heard that. I haven't heard those words coming out of your mouth. Francis says Alaska Air is a great airline. Good. Francis is up north in Alaska. Berta told me the town, is it Barrow? It's somewhere way up there, outside of the rainforest, right? Climate. I can take you to the sleepless house. Ooh, okay. Selective victim hearing, biscuit, whatever. So Barrow. Okay, good. I remember it sounded, wasn't that in a TV show? Wasn't that Barrow, Alaska in a TV show? I would, what I was telling Jessica yesterday, I cannot believe, just in talking with Berta and then like talking with Shay and those of you who live in Texas, I clearly cannot comprehend how big those two states are. The fact that, you know, Berta was going somewhere. I says, "Oh, are you driving?" She's like, "No." And I mapped it. And first of all, I don't think there was a connecting road to get to where she was going, but it was several hours away. And Shay talks about, "Oh yeah, I drove 4 hours to get to another city in Texas." In Illinois, you know, probably given traffic, 45 minutes east, I'm in Indiana. 45 minutes north, I'm in Wisconsin. Maybe 3 hours, I'm in Iowa. The only thing that would last any longer would be going straight south down through Illinois. And at that point, I'll be asleep because it's boring and flat. The movie The Big Miracle was made here. They didn't call it Barrow anymore, and it's called Top of Alaska. Okay, cool. Dang it, Berta, it's 6 a.m. I'll be landing at 7:10 that same day. We'll try to make the 8 a.m. home. Just miss you. Oh, that's too bad. You miss Berta and Mel? That's too bad. That would be a chatty flight. Chatty flight if you are able to get there. Okay, thank goodness for miracles. But cool that at some point maybe you can, Jessica, let me know what I need to give you to go back and harass Berta and or Melanie if Melanie's on the flight too. Like offer to kick them off or something, you know, just do something. I don't know. Plus, I think, like I said, I always wanted to fly with Jessica, but it's also, I don't know, female pilots. That's hot. I mean, it's hot. One of my favorite musical is the what the heck is the name of that? The one about 9/11 and all the people that were stranded in Canada when the plane stopped flying, and that the woman that story was sort of based around, or the main character in that show was a female pilot. And yeah, Jessica, give us your itinerary, we'll make it work. No, Jessica, that's locked in. I think she gets in trouble. Come From Away. Thank you, Jessica. I love that show. And Debbie, yes, Debbie, I think that's one of your favorites too. Berta changes flight. No. But yeah, Jessica, Berta, and Melanie are headed here. I think I'm going to put them up at an even scarier hotel that they were at last time, if that's possible. And I think we're going back to that same Italian place, which Jessica, Debbie, whoever, we have to go to this place because it was really good. And I had the deep dish pizza, which I do not like deep dish pizza. This was amazing deep dish pizza. Absolutely amazing. And it really wasn't, it was more, I would say more on the pan side, but it was amazing. And the ravioli was fantastic and whatnot. But Brer Rabbit, no, I put him up in the Murder La Quinta Inn. Brer Rabbit, so Debbie has recommended that I put you guys up or recommend the Brer Rabbit Hotel, which is in one town over, and it used to have a sign that had the rabbit on it, and the rabbit had red lips, and it was neon, and the lips would be on or off. And the local folklore, if you will, was that the lips were on, the hooker was in. But it's just a little it looks like it. I'm going to picture like your typical 1950, 1960 roadside hotel with maybe a dozen rooms and stuff like that. But then take it into the gutter a little bit, and that's what it really sort of reminds you of. So if you guys want to stay there, I mean, I can give you the information, but um, yeah, I recommended. Berta had stayed at a La Quinta Inn before, and I was like, oh, there's a La Quinta Inn in Rosemont, right by the hotel. This place was scary. I pulled in, and uh, so it's right by this tall Hilton. I think it's like right after you go under like the expressway. Local people get this. You go under the expressway, and there's the Hilton. I think there used to be where the theater was that we went to see our theater instructor in Little Shop of Horrors. But anyway, you go right past that, and then you turn in. So the first of all is there's this big, nice, well-lit hotel, and then there's this just cement wall, and I'm like, what? I forget what and there's the Allstate Arena, which is a concert venue, so just a vast parking lot. So I pull in. The first thing is there's a pothole, the size. It was longer than my car. Let's put it that way. It was longer than my car and probably at least half as wide. So I thought, okay. So I go around it, but there's cars everywhere, and there wasn't a concert or anything going on. And I was looking, and you could see all of them had the same tag in the window. So I don't know if it was like budget airport parking or something, because it was that close to the airport. And as I'm going, the cement wall stops, and now looks like a hotel, banks of windows, right, up and down. But some of the windows the curtains are open, some are closed, some are wished aside. And I thought, what? This is not what I saw on that picture. This was not. So you had to go all the way to the back of this, and then all of a sudden there's this La Quinta Inn facing the expressway with like the smallest parking lot ever. But it was good enough for Berta to give me a lap dance out front of. So hey, Melanie says, I also live around the corner from Ann and Nancy Wilson's childhood home from Heart. That's cool. That is cool. Melanie, better than the Murder Inn. You may want to be careful with that one. Tiffany is looking for frames. If you're looking for frames, put it in here, because everybody's looking for frames. That's to Melanie. Eve says somebody's Pine Tree Motor Lodge in. Is that Psycho? Was that the hotel in Psycho, Pine Tree Motor Lodge? I don't know. I can't think of what it was, if there was even a name to it. I'm assuming there was, but Nicole answered the question. Now she's not going to answer it, Nicole. Nice job. Tiffany, you can blame Nicole. So anyway, so what's everybody up to today? I don't see Joe, so I don't. Oh yeah, it was the Bates Motel, like literally, duh. Oh my God, what was the hand motion? It was killing. Come on. Yeah, that was the Bates Motel, Pine Tree Motor Lodge. What was another show? Oh, Ratched on Netflix, I think it was. That was a very interesting show, and there was a very nice like seaside hotel that was very Bates like. But yeah, just the name of your basic no-tell motel, and that's what the Brer Rabbit is for us. Ironically, I listen to the Police Scanner a lot. You never hear anything going on there, but there was a drive-in restaurant down the street that would have the cops there every weekend, because it would be flooded with people, like impromptu car shows that weren't sanctions or anything. So that they were always down there. They never went to the no-tell motel. Maybe they just blind eye to it. Who knows? Okay. Jessica, I friended you on Facebook, says Melanie. Let's undo that. Let's not do that. Did you see the Bates Motel series? I did not. I knew of it, but I did not. Um, I did not see that. Rich, what am I reading? Asks Jaylee. I am making my way through the third book of the um, Iron Wing. Is that it? The 3-book trilogy? I'm loving it. Um, one thing I will say is this is the first. All 3 books I've gotten the dramatized version off of Audible, which means it's not just one person reading to you. It's a cast with different voices, sound effects, what have you. And I think they even start them with whatever the name of the company is. It's not Audible. Whatever the name of the reading company is, and they said movies for your mind, and it is yeah, it's really good. I like it. Let's see. Other than that, I don't think I'm reading anything at the moment. I will be moving on after that to see. Free Country Rich is not the boss of me or in charge of Facebook, says Melly. You never know. I am, you know, I am Zuckerberg's 4th cousin, and all I need to do is make a phone call. I need yearbook photos, please. Melanie, you can get those on my Facebook page. If you go back far enough, you will see me with a mullet. You will see me in what I thought was a very snazzy pink sweater for senior pictures. Yeah, they're out there. Did he have the 80s high hair? I don't know that I always wanted high hair, but yeah, I couldn't. I would try it. Like I would try it. The best I had was I used to have very thick curly hair, and so I had a bit of a mullet. But it was all curled up here. But the minute it got wet, it went halfway down my neck. I'm going to try the dramatized 4th Wing so I can see what I'm missing. Yes, do that because I think it's amazing. Debbie says, oh, I have fun pics of Rich for you. No. See, Debbie is even more dangerous because I've known Debbie since she was in the 7th grade. I was in the 8th grade. But if you really wanted to, I could drum up, see if I can find a video recording, because yes, I think there was a video recording of the talent show that Debbie and I were in. Let's see. If you have Spotify Premium, you can listen to audiobooks for a certain number of hours. Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. Crash with Crash. What the heck is high hair? Get off my channel. Melanie, stop. I'm calling Zuckerberg. Come on. It's where like the bangs were straight up, brush up, and it's Aquanet, and I was always trying to do like a big puff in the front, make it puffy, and then come back and stuff like that. But I had a lot of hair. I didn't know what I was doing and whatnot. But the one thing that I will tell you, like I was sort of a fail when it came to 80s fashion and stuff like that. I've never been like super fashionable. I was a bit of a fail when it came to 80s fashion and stuff like that because a couple reasons. Number one, my dad was always in a sport coat and dress pants, the sans belt pants and that stuff. So he wanted me to like sort of emulate that because he thought you need to look classy, especially if you're a bigger guy, you need to look classy. So when I finally got him to bend a little bit with fashion, it was either 7th or 8th grade. I remember standing out in front of the junior high feeling so cool because I got my dad to buy me at Venture. It was a long sleeve shirt, white and red, like thick stripes going this way, and a pair of gray parachute pants. The next day, parachute pants went out of style. So I was very late to the party. Oscar, yes, you teased your hair until it stood 3 to 4 inches off your head. Yes. I'm excited to see new picture. No, Berta, me, I had high hair. I told my hair to stay away from drugs. Nice. Because, back then we didn't know it was huffing, but you'd walk down the high school corridor where you were huffing, essentially. Debbie, grab that. No, you don't need to, Debbie. You're busy. You have a scrapbook to work on, and whatnot. So don't bother with that. I'll get some pictures to Melanie. Don't worry about that. Oh yeah, that my hair is naturally high hair. Yes, Crashly, it probably is. Debbie, you're no more. See, this is what I get. I open up about diamond painting to some of my dearest, closest friends who also are crafty. And this is what you do to me. No. Please hit the like button. Yes, please. Thank you. I don't know what parachute pants are too. Okay. So we're literally parachute material. So think of like, track pants, like track pants of today, that sort of material. It was those, but it was a little like thinner maybe, and a lot of pockets with zippers because that was the thing back then. Did anyone else? Do I need to friend anyone? No more. I seriously am blocking. I'm going to do all the blocks here. I'm calling cousin Zuck, and I'm going to block everybody. Anyone? No. Did you show Debbie what I've done with your face thus far? Not on purpose. If she's ran across it, maybe. But go check out Crafts with Crashly because she has fun making release papers. Here's the most tame one. This is what she did to my face. And she made me a wizard being attacked by a dragon. The rest of mine are stashed up there. But yeah, she has fun with that stuff. And it's I came up with this really wholesome idea of community papers. I made one of Berta that was funny, but cute. And then this is what I get. I'm feeling very victimized right now. Just saying. At least your friends don't send you poop themed stuff. You would be surprised what they send me. Probably poop themed stuff would be the most normal that they would send me. But I don't know about the poop stuff that you're getting. You seem to always be in the bathroom when people are talking to you. And so they send you poop stuff. I don't know. MC Hammer, yes. Oh. Everyone's saying we love you. No, you're not. You're lying. You're absolutely lying. Lots of zippers, 100%. All right, I just screwed up the chat. Hold on one second. Let me go back. Let's see. Oh my God, Crash, are you still in diapers? Really? Seriously? Totally. Debbie, I will tell your mother. Why is this? I'm hitting the wrong button. You all have no idea how much I needed to laugh my arse off. Well, I'm glad that we could help you do that. That's the purpose of this. Those pants sound like a hazard. I run into way too many things to wear something like that. I mean, I guess so. I just remember them being very thin, and I only wore them one other time, and I remember I blew the ass out of them. So they were literally worn twice. One time before they went out of style, and then I attempted one time after they went out of style. I just blew the ass out. And I had parachute set pants and jacket in neon pink, purple, and aqua. Yes. Kermit Rich. Oh yeah. Thank you, Jay Lily, for reminding me of that one. I love those release papers, says Debbie. Careful. Crashly will just send them all to you because she loves sending those out to people. Melanie, yeah, I have so many new friends. Crashly, pingly arrived treasure. You're at a retreat. Go retreat. Ring the bell. Go do something. I have to ping you now. Dragged. Yeah, Christopher. We need to get Christopher on a paper. Come on, folks. I'm not the only target here. I had many parachute pants and jackets as a little kid. I guess I was cool without even knowing it. Yeah, absolutely. Berta, wait till the road trip. Diapers needed for all. Yes, we've decided that we're going to need diapers because we're going to pee ourselves laughing. I am also going to bring the pee pads that Berta sent. So, Crashly, you get poop stuff from somebody. Berta sends me a fart button and a machine that supposedly you fart into, and then it scented your fart in one of 12 different scents. But it was just the box. It was like a corny box. What else was in there? I think there was a unicorn from the putty place. Which putty place is that? Putty Crocker. I think that was in there. But she wrapped everything with pee pads. She stole from the kids, from Katya and the gang, Charlie, and I'm trying to think of all of them. I'm blanking out for some reason. She packed them with pee pads, and I'm not talking one pee pad. I'm not talking two pee pads. There were multiple pee pads, like a stack of pee pads. So I'm bringing those, so we can have that. I personally think that we're gonna get wrapped around something because we're gonna be laughing so hard. Chat's activated. Rich, don't be a tattletale. I will tell everybody. Bye, Debbie. Thank you for stopping by. Look at all the new friends. That's no. Blew the ass out like you two did. No, like I bent over or something and the ass exploded out of the pants. I was a growing boy. I don't remember where I was at. Blew the ass out. Then in high school, I blew the ass out of a pair of pants. I was ushering for a play, and I bent down to pick up more programs and blew the ass right out of my pants. And I had to do the walk along the wall because it was crowded. People were going into a theater to see a show. Walk along the wall to go find the director, and I was like, I have to go home, and ran home and changed. So that is also why I am a big fan of underwear, because things happen, and need to make sure that it's everything is covered. I actually have fun weird picture videos of all my friends. I have a whole folder on my phone dedicated for Care Bear, the principal painter. Well, let's get her on some papers. Come on. What is this? You should road trip with a GoPro and share it afterwards. I do have my camera. I do have a mount in my car for the camera, so we could do that. Crashly says, I want a fart button. You are a fart button. You just want the button to put on your shirt and people can come up and push it. What? Oh my God, a fart center? Yeah. Where is, do I have it handy? I don't think Berta makes fun of me because I always have everything handy, but I think that is in the closet underneath some stuff. But yeah, it was like you farted into it and it would scent it like blueberry, maple, whatever, like different smells. And it's like a fake box that you put a real gift in, and people are like, what the heck is this? Yeah. Press the button again. There's different ones. Could you hear that when I did that? So there you go. Hey, you're lucky they weren't used pee pads. Very true, Melanie. Very true. We all know Berta. That is a very true statement. JJ and Simba, yes, thank you. Thank you. Rich, that is not what blew the ass out means. Well, I'm sorry. When you bend over and the ass of your pants explode, like audibly explode, and then your ass is hanging out, I count that as an explosion. Do people actually say that when they're, that's what I'm saying. It was more about the moment. Like, that's how I would describe it. It wasn't just like, oh, I ripped my pants. No, I blew that shit out. Hi, Pink Poodle. Welcome on in. Blew it out. Whatever. Most of my files on Care Bear are videos, like tons of her dancing like a goof turd. Then my all-time favorite is her playing Beat Saber on my Oculus. Well, We can get some stills from that. Why not? I'll never forget the time a couple years ago when Crashly farted on live. Hi, welcome to Crash with Crashly. Imagine what it must be like Kerwin sitting right next to her in a little building. I hope it has ventilation. I don't know. Berta, tell her where you got this fart button at because she wants one. Oh my God, I got my jeans back pocket caught on the student center doorknob in college and ripped the whole back pocket and right cheek of my pants off. See, it happens. That I wouldn't call blowing the ass off your pants because it didn't like explode, but you ripped the ass of your pants off, right? Melanie, if you didn't message me back, I'm going to scream, says Crashly. Stop it. She did it last week, didn't she? I think so, Jay Lily. I think so. She panned to Kerwin and he was sort of green and looked like he was going to vomit a little bit. So I think so. It snuck out. I really thought it'd be tight, but it ended up being a whoop. Is that the whoop? That's the render noise, isn't it? Where is that hilarious fart? Which one? I don't know. I don't know. Kara, Crashly, thank you so much for the top ammo for me to use against Kara. Yes. Melanie says my pants fit me though. Look. The parachute pants I think was the style. The other pants was a pair of dress pants, and I was a growing boy. Trying to remember what year it was. Maybe sophomore year, maybe junior. I was a growing boy. Can't help that. You know, the husky boy granimals were only good for so much. They could only hold so much in. Crashly says, I don't remember which live it was, but it was forever ago. Yes, ma'am. Ha ha ha, says Crashly 86. 1986. Yeah, well, yeah, Jay Lily, you're the 71. You're born in 71 too. Growing boy. Stop it, Melanie. Stop it. Yeah, and I always had to get the husky jeans and stuff like that, and the granimals were hard to come by because, you know, something was growing. Will you stop? I wish that was the problem. Let me tell you that. So what else other than the ass of my pants? I'm kitting up the lightsaber for Rainbow for Pride. I didn't remember that this has 70 colors. I'm like, holy crap. And I was really debating. So I have this one in my old masters, and I was thinking which one will I bring to the retreat later this month. And I was going to pack it accordingly to travel. I thought, oh, I'll travel with this one. So I'll get out this case that I have that has like, it's a case with these nice squares, right? Not realizing that there's 70 colors, and now I need 2 cases. So I think I made a mistake there, but it was okay. You guys just missed the shit show of Tiff and I trying to figure out fractions. No, thank you. I had to wear boy jeans because I was so bony. Oh, Jaylee Lee. You had nothing between you and your Calvins. Wasn't that Brooke Shields? That wasn't you. Cross multiply Nicole is all I know. Were you in the drama club? We used to usher for extra credit. I was in everything drama. I was in choir and I was in theater. I wasn't on stage much in theater, but I did a lot of backstage stuff, publicity, whatnot, and pretty much anybody who wanted to usher could volunteer to usher. So, but we didn't get credit for that, unfortunately. Subtract inverse fraction. You're making my head hurt. Yeah, those lightsabers appropriate more than one way. Christopher, you know what? Y'all, what has been in the water today that you've all been drinking? I'm sitting here relaying heartfelt, embarrassing stories of my childhood, and you're just taking it every which way. And then I'm just doing a nice Pride event, Star Wars themed picture, and you got to make it. I don't know. Yeah, the good news is, I will tell you all this. So I haven't taken the drills out of the bags yet for this one, but the Van Gogh of the Smoking Skeleton from Canvas by Numbers, the drills came in baggies, and I dread baggies because I find that they always have more static. There was not a lick of static in those drills. I don't know where they get their drills. I don't know what they do to pack their drills. Those drills were amazing. And I have them in the trays, and I don't even have dryer sheets or nail pads in with them because there's just no static. So those were amazing. But Gail, so drama club, yeah, we had a stage guild. You had to have so many hours that you worked in the theater, and you would be able to get in a stage guild, and took acting class, all that good stuff. Let's see. I still count with my fingers. I suck at math. Yeah, I'm kidding up. Cosmic Trip. Cool, Miss Maya. My Half Moon Light came today. I'm in love with it. Crashly, I've been seeing those. I'm afraid that it's too small for my table. Because I like the bigger diamond paintings, and I think they're too small because I would really like to get one. The way I have my desk set up now, the lighting is really funky, and I don't particularly care for it, but you know what? It'll work for now. But I've been looking for those. I need to look for one if there's like one that's like 47 inches or something like that, as big as my desk. That would work out well. What else is everybody kidding up? Is anyone doing any events coming up? Like I said, I'm doing the Pride event. I'm doing Summer with the Masters. Yeah. And it's big enough to cover like a section at a time. Okay. So yeah, what am I doing after that? There's a couple events after that. Like, I like doing events. I like the motivation. I like the motivation to get things done and whatnot. I did finish my Mermaids and Magic. Hope everyone enjoyed Mermaids and Magic. Everybody shout out to Melanie for organizing a great event in a small amount of time. And she hired amazing people to help her. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. That was my first time participating in that event. I heard about it. I was watching it last year, but my initial thought was, well, I don't have any unicorns, or not unicorns, mermaids. But then I did acquire a couple mermaids, and then I was like, well, the magic piece, I should be able to fulfill that. And then when I saw the merman, I was like, I got to do that one. Let's see. Crafting Mary, I'm working on picking enhancements for my July kits, and I'll start my June kits. Nice. I'm using Cosmic Trip for Pride Month, Becca Tyndall, and 100,000 drills of summer. Ooh, that sounds interesting. 100,000 drills. That's one painting for me, at least. I just finished my painting for that event this morning. Excellent. I'm doing Summer of Mandy with Crystal Wolfpack. It's for 3 months. Okay, nice. I do like the longer events. The month ones are fine, but you got to be really careful about what you pick and what other things you're doing. When I first started doing events, I was still in my mentality, let's go big or go home. And I would never finish anything, and my whip pile was just growing. So yeah. And then a smaller Make Market Almond Blossoms by Van Gogh. Excellent for Summer with the Masters. Excellent. I love that one. I have that from Heaven and Earth Designs. It's a big one though. And I need to find a sale on drills before I get my drills for that. Melanie says my co-hosts are amazing. Yes, Tiffany and Tammy are amazing. Van Gogh Starry Night for Summer of the Masters. Nice. And some mini kits because I'm going to be going overseas this month. Excellent. Yes, those, I feel when I work on a mini kit, I literally, I think I said this before, I feel myself on deck of a cruise ship. I don't know what it is. So I love doing those, especially during horrible conference calls with work. Next year, Maui Diamonds and Cats and Melanie and Berta Rich is going to do an event. You are amazing too, Rich. I don't know what that means. Read the whole comment, Dork. So I thought I thought of an event earlier today. Trademark Rich, 6/1/2025, 5:11 p.m. So it's an event, but the event is based on a show that we're going to binge while we're diamond painting. And then when we have the lives or the get together or something, we just talk about the show. And then we talk about why we're doing the diamond painting, why it goes with that show. Because I saw an ad, like I don't know why they were showing it. Maybe is it new to Netflix or something, for Schitt's Creek. And let me tell you, that show is amazing. So I'm like, I would love to watch Schitt's Creek. So I'm like, who else can I get? Would someone else watch Schitt's Creek with me? I'm like, we could do an event. And we had have Schitt's Creek on. We could be diamond painting. I picked this one because it's black and white and it's David's sweater, like his sweaters, or it's whatever. It's like, looks like the Pope outfit that Moro wore. But I thought that would be fun, and would need to be a couple months because we need to get through a couple seasons of a show, right? We are the all-star team running the event. I had blast and was honored to help Melanie. Yes, I was very honored as well. It was a lot of fun. I also appreciated that Melanie sought out advice from all of us, or our opinions, when it came to making things such as this amazing, and it's still available. Look at this amazing Inferno Nano. When Melanie was getting the colors together for this, I liked the dark, but I was like, I don't know about this. But the whole thing is this one is like magic something, and this one is mermaid something. So I thought it works just from a name standpoint. And then they did the inside of the same color. When I got this, though, my jaw dropped, because this blue is like a dark purpley blue with a little bit of shimmer. There's shimmer in the mermaid part. I mean, it is absolutely a beautiful tray, and I have it sitting up here on display so I can look at it. Let's see. Just because I've never seen it, but I totally watched Schitt's Creek. Yes, Kara loves that show. I want to watch Schitt's Creek, says Nicole. Okay. Miss Maya, there's a real existing Schitt's Creek. I was hoping to visit one day. I live pretty close to it. It's called Sharon Springs, and there's a cafe called the Black Cafe. I knew it was a real place. Like, I knew the hotel existed, and they put the sign up and then took the sign down. I saw something on the internet the other day that said the sign was back up. So I don't know if they're filming like another version of the show or something, but that show was hysterical. And it's, other than like Star Trek and Star Wars and Firefly, like some of the sci-fi shows, that's the only one I went to see the cast live here at the Chicago Theater. And it was one of the funniest nights that I have spent in a theater, listening to their stories. The one dude got up and he sang the song, the Tina Turner song, and it was hysterical. Oh my God, can I help with that show event? Yeah, why not? Let's talk about it. Oh, did you like the tray? Of course I like the tray, and I liked my pen. I liked everything. I liked the putty. I got like a bunch of the putties. I'm looking around now. It's all like put with stuff. And I'm getting ready to use Crashly. I'm getting ready to use these for my 2 June starts. These are amazing. I love them. I've used them from somewhere else, something similar, but of course I want some Crash and Kerwin paper, and I love the design. So if you haven't seen these are release paper, so you can use this as a release paper. I will usually use it for the part that I'm actively working, but like not to cover the, like there's drill sound, so it's not like a super tight fit. But I just put them up here in a little rack on my grid wall here, and every time I sit down, I mark down which one I'm working on, whatnot. And it's so helpful to sit there and go, wow, I haven't worked on this one in a week. Like when I picked up Twilight Temple for the Asian event, I was like, I was working on Merman for an entire week. I didn't pick this one up. So I love doing that. And then I've actually thought about how can I use this to calculate hours? Because I think it was Jaylee Lee that asked about hours one time, like how long it took me to do something. And I thought about it. I'm like, well, probably on average, I would say a diamond painting session for me is maybe 5 hours, shorter on the weekdays, but longer on the weekends. So I just counted up and multiplied and said approximate. So I'm getting ready to use those. I'm very excited about that. The owner of the cafe looks a little bit like one of the actors. Nice. Show events is Crash Lee. I'm the queen of binging shows. Nice. I can rewatch and binge TV shows like no tomorrow. I can too, but it's mostly like stuff from when I was a kid, like those type of shows, or even like Mama's Family, things like that I grew up with. But yeah, please let me know if any feedback, if there's any changes you'd suggest. Absolutely. I didn't get I forget what you call them. This is like the yearly one, right? Um, and whatever the other one was, I thought this one would suit how I'd been using these papers a little bit better. But I'm gonna have to look at the other one and see and maybe try that out. But I love the idea. I just got those monthly papers too in a huge order. Love everything. Yeah, Crashly and Kerwin, they got it going there. Katie says hello. Hi, Katie. Calm down. I'm not going to calm down. Not going to calm down. Don't tell me to calm down. Whenever a season of a show comes out, I re-binge the whole show. I'm re-binging Ginny and Georgia right now. Never heard of that one because season 3 is coming out. I'm such a nerd, Jaylee Lee says. Aren't we all? Thank you. Someone else like me, people think I'm weird for doing that. Also, no other way to do it but start over. You know, I think I've said this before, but one time I was reading people who rewatch movies and shows over and over again, they do it because to help with anxiety, because there is no surprise coming at the end of the show or end of the movie. You know the ending, so you're calm. It calms you and sort of lulls you into a state of lower or no anxiety because you know what's coming. Whereas, you know, who knows if at the end of this movie that I've never seen before, if someone's going to die or there's going to be an explosion or whatnot. So they definitely it's there's a place for it. Jay Lee says you can't rewatch, and there are some shows I like. I will tell you, I was into Friends when it was out. I cannot watch a rerun. I don't know why. I can't stand it in reruns. But yet I will quote it. Like, give me something to lift, and I'll be yelling pivot, pivot, pivot. But yeah, please done put science therapy crap to my weirdness. Oh, there's no. That was just the one little piece of rewatching shows. Crashly, you are an entire unknown enigma. Mini me, get away from the magma. Let's see. I rewatched Downton Abbey so many times while quilting, partly because it's calming, but partly because I didn't have to pay attention. Yeah, that's also, you don't have to pay attention, but then you know it's coming up at that part that you really like, so you want to take a look at it, right? I just like rereading book. It's a comfort thing. Yes, I always had. I mean, my bookshelves. I only buy physical books brand new if they're by authors that I like, or there's like if I read something I really like it. Other than that, I'm either doing Kindle audiobook or buying it used and then selling it back to be used. But I will reread books as well a lot. Christopher says that explains a lot. I do that with sports too. I hate watching live. I need to know the result before I watch. That's interesting, Christopher. I cannot stand to watch sports on TV. I need to be there. Other than that, it bores the heck out of me. Karen, Seeing Diamonds. Thank you, Karen, for becoming a member. You get access to the members only videos. And you next D-Stash session we do, you get a peek at the list to see if you want to join. And I'm working up some other stuff for that list. It's only going to get better as time goes by. Oscar says, I have shows I've seen so many times I can use them to fall asleep. Princess Bride, Return of the Pink Panther. Yes, Princess Bride, absolutely. I used to, the Lifetime channel on cable would have Golden Girls, then it would go into King of Queens, and then it would go into like Frasier, and I would let that play all night, and I've never slept better. Um, and now that I cut the cable, um, I have a smart TV in there, so I'll turn on Pluto TV and I'll have I Love Lucy on, and that will help me sleep too. But I'm also a very like I like dark when I sleep, and the TV just sort of drives me a little crazy. Doretta, hello, Chocolate Diamonds, welcome on in. Hope you're rested up from being back from Belgium. Great live. Thanks, Angel. Thank you so much. Jayla Lee says, I'm in season 2 of Will and Grace, never watched before. Season 17 of RuPaul. Took me almost a year to get through. Okay, those are 2 shows that Will and Grace I will watch in reruns, absolutely, because Megan Mullally, Karen, that is just my role model for life. And the RuPaul's Drag Race, I just find that show so amazing just to watch what they come up with, how they do things, watch the transformations. The drama sometimes, I mean, unless it's good drama sometimes I'm not big on. My favorite of all the seasons is Bianca Del Rio. And I actually went to see Bianca Del Rio. I took my cruise buddy Lisa, and we went to, I forgot what theater it was downtown, but we bought the premium package. So we got to meet her beforehand. And it was right it was right during or right at the end of COVID. So we had there was boxes on the stage that we had to stay in. She was so nice. She's hysterical. Like I was like, blah, 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 blah. And she snapped me out of it just like that. And we were laughing in no time, and we took a picture, and that was just an amazing show. I literally almost died laughing so hard. Schitt's Creek is the background soundtrack of my days. Excellent. She's hilarious. I love the costumes and the makeup. Yes. And I love her aesthetic. She calls herself a clown, and I get it, but she always looks so put together. Nicole, I love Lucy, the Golden Girls, Three's Company, Beverly Hills, and Green Acres. Okay, so here's my philosophy about some of those older shows. When it comes to things like Beverly Hillbillies, Green Acres, Gilligan's Island, I really didn't like those shows because they all had like a really stupid character, and not like Three's Company Chrissy, where it was like stupid, but yet she played another role. Like Gilligan, like seriously, how did this guy get out of school? How has he lived as long as he has without licking an electrical outlet? I mean, come on. Same thing with like Jethro a little bit, and Green Acres. I don't know. I think the pig weirded me out a little bit. I'm not sure. But then I did watch Giggle Snort Hotel with the clay, the talking lump of clay. So I don't know what that means about me. I probably could, yeah. Going to bed shows, yeah, I could totally see that. I could totally. Well, I haven't watched a lot of Beverly Hillbillies and Green Acres, so I'd probably be trying to pay attention. But oh, hi, Joe, picking up supper. What's going on, Joe? You take the day off. Good for you, if that's the case. I was just saying earlier, I don't see Joe. I don't know what's for dinner. You took the cooking day off. Excellent. Good. I'm glad you did that, especially if it's super hot down there. It's probably nice to not be standing over the stove for sure. So yeah, welcome in, Joe. Glad to have you here. I'm thinking of ordering. We have a new ramen and poke bowl place in my town. So I was looking through this, and they have Chinese food and stuff like that as well. I could really go for some Asian food, so I may try to check that out, but who knows. Schlotsky's Deli. Ooh, yes. Nicole, that's a good choice. I'll be moving to Beverly Hills, so imagine that shit show. Yep. I know enough to know that I really hope that Tammy rolls up to GLE on top of the van, like Grandma on Beverly Hillbillies. Let's see. Jaylee, I've met a couple of them with my son. originally from early years. It's the only names I can remember. I forget what we're talking about there, but that's okay. But that would be classic. I know, wouldn't it? It's enough that we talked about this on the auction last night. So Tammy is known for not being a great driver of her chair, and you hear her periodically. You'll be online with her, and we'll be talking. She'll be like, "Hold on, guys, I'll be right back." She backs up and she goes, all of a sudden you hear a smack, and she's hit the cabinet or she's hit the door frame or whatnot. So I want to get a picture of her just and then I want to work it into somehow like with crashing noises and stuff like that. But I remembered last night, popped in my head these cardboard bricks, and I think Eve found them online, that we used to have in a grade school, and you would be able to build them up and you can crash through them. So I want to build up a brick wall and have Tammy crash through it. And I said, I'll tape it for you and I'll help you make it to like the new intro to her channel where it's like, here's Tammy, plus that would just be hysterical. Oh, RuPaul cast. Okay. Excellent. Let's see. I've been trying to get Crashly to watch Andor. No such luck. She's a wet towel. Kerwin. I don't know what to tell you. Tammy in the glass wall at the mall. Oh my God. That story of her running into the glass wall that she was like, how dare they have such a clean pane of glass? Okay. Andor is so good. So many levels to that story. I have not seen that. I also have not seen, what was the one with the baby Yoda? I know I'm a bad Star Wars fan for that. But I need to watch them. There's no excuse. I have no excuse. But Kerwin, Jessica is a wizard when it comes to Star Wars. So if you need to friend Jessica, Kerwin, Jessica, friend each other so you can talk about it. The Mandalorian. Yes, thank you, both of you. Did Tammy really do that? Yes, she did. Yeah, she told the whole story. She was at the mall with a cousin or something, record store maybe. The cousin was like, oh, I'm going to run over to this next store, whatever. And Tammy decided she was done looking for records. She took off like the bat out of hell that she normally does and ran right into a glass window. Thankfully, it didn't break, but everybody stopped and looked. And then the manager came over. He's like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. And I think she literally complained that the glass was too clean, which is very Tammy. So, all right, it's 5:30. So I'm going to let you guys go so that you can enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Remember, we have Crafts with Crashly coming up at 6 o'clock. We need to see what she has new going on in the shop over there and check in with them and see what other shenanigans are going on in the building that is Crafts with Crashly. So I hope to see many of you over there. For those of you kitting up and getting ready for events, if you're part of the Crafts or the Speaking of Diamonds Facebook page, post what you're doing out there. I love to see like that. I know there's a lot of places to post things, especially for events. So I get it if you don't. But if you're out there and you do, that's great. I'll be posting my progress there as well as in any of the events things too. So thanks everybody. I'm glad I made it home in time to join everybody. I always like our talks, our chats, and I will definitely talk to you next Sunday if I don't see you again with the video sometime this week. Thanks everybody. Have a good rest of your weekend and have a great week.